guitar picking around here. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. And I don't care what mama don't allow, I'm gonna pick my guitar anyhow. Now mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. Well, hello and thank you for joining me today. I'd like to talk about guitar tuning. So this will be the second level of guitar tuning that we talked about. So in the last video, we just practiced turning the pegs and listening to the pitch of the string change. And today, before we really dive into the tuning, I just want to review something. Now you might see up behind me here, I have the musical alphabet posted. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Well, I'm going to play the musical alphabet for you, and it sounds like this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. I'll do it again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Now, you might notice that as I go through the alphabet, the pitch, the sound of the notes gets higher and higher. So that's what happens when we go through the letters. It could be the notes on the piano or on your guitar. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. The sound gets higher and higher. So what if I want the sound to get lower? I have to know the alphabet backwards. G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Can you do that? It takes a little practice. But in music, we only use 7 letters of the alphabet, but we want to know it backwards just as well as we know it forwards. So let's try it. Here we go. A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Let's do it again. A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. So if I am playing a G and I want to tune my guitar to an F, I have to go down. Now, we don't have an F string on the guitar, do we? Well, let's review. Let's see. Eric, 8, dynamite, good, by Eric. Boom! So we have E, A, D, G, B, E. So let's say I'm tuning string number 6. Remember, we count from the floor to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my lowest sounding string. That's my low E string, Eric. So let's say I have my tuner on there and I'm trying to tune this and I pluck it and the tuner says, hey Greg, this is a F. That's not the letter I need. I need an E. Which direction do I go? A, B, C, D, E, F. Oh, F is one letter past E in the alphabet. That means my string sounds too high. I need to turn it down to get the E. But what if I pluck this string and the tuner tells me it's a D? Well, string number 6 is supposed to be an E. A, B, C, D, E. Well, the tuner says it's a D. I want an E. I have to go up in pitch. I would turn it and listen for the sound to get higher to get my E. Now, once I have my E, the tuner will tell me, is my E a little bit high or is my E a little bit low? So you have to get the letter first, and then you have to look for whether it's high or low. Let's play alphabet on the guitar. I'm going to start with my A string. Now let's review that. We have Eric, 8, dynamite, good, by Eric. Eric, 8. This one, the second closest to the ceiling, is your A string. So go ahead and try and pluck your A string. Now, if I just pluck it, what we call open like that, that's an A because it's our A string. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at fret number 1, that's that wire there, and fret number 2, that's that piece of wire right there. And I'm going to put my finger right behind that second piece of wire, and I got my finger arched really high. A nice arch. I don't want to be flat like that. I want to be arching the tip of my finger on there. Ouch, it hurts. Yeah. So your finger will get tougher as you get used to this. It takes a little while. So just maybe push down like that a few times. It'll toughen up that finger. Get it nice and strong. But see how I have a nice curve? And look at that. I'm right behind the fret. I don't want to be back here. I want to be right up next to it. I don't want to go over or on top of it. I want to be right behind it and push down with the tip of my finger. And now I'll pluck that A string again. That is a B. So look at that, we skipped a fret. That's a mystery note. So A is open and B is 2nd fret. Now, B and C are buddies. So look, C is the very next one. But for D, we're going to skip a fret. And for E, we're going to skip a fret. Notice I'm on the dots. The dots help you keep track of where you are. Now, E and F are best friends, so F is the very next one. Now to go to G, I'm going to skip a fret. And to go to A, I'm going to skip a fret. Great. What if we tried on the low E string, Eric? Well, it's the same thing, it's just we're going to start in a different part of the alphabet. So when I pluck it open, it's an E. F is here because E and F are best friends. But now if I want to go to G, I'm going to have to skip one. And if I want to go to A, I have to skip one. Oh, look at the dots. The dots are helping us too. Now A to B, yep, I skip one. Oh, but remember, B and C are buddies. So C is right after B. So I have A, what did I do? I did E, F, G, A, B, and then C was right here. So now if I want to go to D, I skip one. And then I skip one to go to E. But if I wanted F, it's the very next one. Let's talk about the dots for a minute. The dots are to help you know what fret you're on. So open is 0, right? So this is 1. So to play the 1st fret on any of these strings, I just put my finger right behind the 1st fret. Fret number 2 is here, so to play any of those, I just put my finger right behind it. So my guitar has a dot on fret number 3. Yours may or may not. Some guitars have number 3 with a dot and some don't. There's no dot on 4. Almost all guitars will have a dot on fret number 5. Now, if you don't have the dots up front here, look on the edge right here, and a lot of guitars will have the dots there as well, or instead of. So notice how we have a dot on 3, maybe, maybe not. Almost all guitars will have one on 5. Almost all guitars will have one on 7. Almost all guitars will have one on 9. And then almost all guitars will have a double dot on 12, though sometimes it's a single dot. And you'll notice that the body of the guitar comes in at fret number 14 on this guitar. But if you have some guitars, especially a classical guitar, that's this one. This is a nylon string guitar. The body comes in at fret number 12. And notice how this one doesn't have dots here. But it does have dots on the side. I don't know if you can see them. They're pretty tiny. So this one doesn't have front dots. It has side dots. But this one, the body comes in at fret number 12, which is common for nylon string guitars. And this one, the body comes in at fret 14, which is common for steel string guitars. Steel string guitars and nylon string guitars have a little bit different of a sound. And the steel string guitars are a little bit harder on the fingertips, but they also are nice and loud. So it's a trade-off. Whatever kind of guitar you have, when you first start playing it, your fingers will get a little bit tender. That's okay. Just keep doing it, and those fingers will get toughened up. And at first they might get a little bit sore, but after you've played for a while, that'll stop and it'll feel good on your fingers. Now, when you tune by ear, it doesn't mean you wiggle your ears while you're tuning. It means you listen while you're tuning. So let's try and tune to a reference note. I can play this, and you can listen to that while you're watching this video and try and match that sound. I'm going to do it with my guitar that I have on the bench here. It's already tuned. And so you can use what's called a reference note, either a piano or a guitar that you know is already tuned correctly. And this one is. So I'm going to play the low E string, Eric, number 6. Now I'm going to pluck mine and listen. Does mine sound higher or lower or the same? It's pretty close. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn mine down. Now it's probably going to sound lower. Let's try. Can you hear this one sounds lower? All right, now I'm going to turn the knob and pluck it. Mine sounds higher now, but I made a mistake. Did you catch it? Here, I'll do it again. Mine sounds too high, right? So let's tune it. What did I do wrong? Well, I turned the knob, but I don't know how far, I don't know how much I changed the pitch of the string because I wasn't listening while I did it. Whoa, that's really low. Here's our reference note, and I'm much lower. So should I just turn the knob? No, I need to listen. Here, I'll turn it and listen. See, I can tell how much it changed, right? But here's what's a little tricky about tuning a guitar is I have to turn the knob and listen at the same time, just like we practiced in the last video. But now it's even more complicated because I have to listen to this pitch and remember that sound. At the same time, I'm listening and turning and tuning here because I need to match that. It's multitasking big time. All right, let's try it. Yeah, I got it. Now, sometimes people like to hum the note, and I really recommend that. There we go. So now I'll try the A string. Yeah. So this guitar, let me tune it a little to my tuner. And then what we'll do, it was just out a tiny bit. There we go. That sounds good. That's better. So I will give you my strings one at a time so you can try and tune to it. Here's low E, Eric. I'm plucking string number 6, the one closest to the ceiling. Now listen to that. And once you've really listened and you have that sound of my string in your ear, then you can pluck that same string with your thumb and make sure you follow the string to the tuner. It's very easy to accidentally start turning the wrong knob. But if you're listening, you might notice, right? Because if you're turning it and you don't hear the sound changing, then you're probably turning the wrong peg. I've seen people go, I keep turning it and I don't hear anything and I'm turning it, and snap, the string snaps because they are getting it tighter and tighter and tighter because they're turning the wrong knob and not listening. So it's really important to listen when you turn it. Okay, let's try it again. Here's the E. Really listen to it. And now I'll pluck it again. And while you are listening to my E string, pluck yours and turn the knob and listen to yours changing. So if yours sounded lower, you need to listen to it come up, 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 up until it meets the sound of mine. And if it sounded too high, you need to turn it and listen down, 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 down until it meets mine. Now, which way do you turn the knob? Well, it depends on the guitar and which way this string is wrapping around the peg. So which way you turn can be different on different guitars. So again, you need to listen. Your ear will tell you if it's already too high and you're turning the knob and it's getting higher and higher, you're going the wrong way. If it's too low and you're turning the knob and it's getting lower and lower, you're turning it the wrong way. So first thing you need to do is listen. E. Now pluck yours and listen and see if it sounds higher or lower than mine. Yeah, so now once you have an idea if it's higher or lower, then you can pluck it and listen to it change as you turn and turn it until it sounds like it matches mine. All right, now here's your A string. Does yours match mine? Does your A string sound higher or does your A string sound lower? Okay, so now you can look at your A string and follow it to the peg. Make sure you're turning the right peg and then listen when you're turning. So you pluck it and listen and turn and you'll be able to tell how much you're changing it. So here's my A string. I'll pluck yours and see if it sounds higher or lower than that. So now if you've decided whether you need to come up or come down, you can listen to mine and listen to yours at the same time while you're turning the knob and try and make them match. Here we go. Ready? There we go. Now I'll give you the other strings quickly, and if this is hard and you're not getting it today, that is okay. In fact, most people will have to try this again and again for a while before they really get it. But it's good to try. It's good to practice, and you will get better and better at this the more you try. Okay, so here's a D. That's string number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. D. Here's your G string. 1, 2, 3. It's string number 3. And here's string B. It's the second string. And here's your high E. All right, here we go. Eric 8 Dynamite. Goodbye, Eric. In our next video, we'll learn about tuning with electronic tuners.